Well, howdy there, folks. How are y'all doing? My name is, of course, Cub. Obviously, you're on my channel, so who else would it be? Welcome back to another episode of our Sky Factory 2.5 Let's Play Adventure, and I'm sure many of you are tired of being in this area. However, I wanted to continue working on this contraption over here until I was confident I could walk away and just leave it to do its thing without any interaction. And hopefully by the end of this episode, or possibly next episode, we'll be there. We'll be done, and we can focus on other things, like getting some food besides apples and dead zombie hide, because let's face it, that's going to get tiring after a while. First off, couple of updates. I did install Optifine. I did force the resolution to 1080p, like I said. It might look okay to you, because by the time this is uploaded to YouTube, there'll be so many layers of compression applied to it, whatever. But for me, it looks a little fuzzy. It looks a bit weird to go down from 1440p, which might sound ridiculous because it's Minecraft. It's like 16-bit texture-y looking, but I can see that it's not quite as sharp. There's a lot of fuzziness. However, if we open up something like a chest, you will see that my inventory does actually fit within the screen. I think the biggest example of this is the workshop table. Yes, everything is actually confined to this space. And I guess if it's okay with you, it's okay with me. I'll live with the blurriness if this is better for the folks watching. So comment down below. Let me know what you think. Do you want the sharper, albeit blown up, weird looking textures? Or would you like me to keep it here where everything looks a little bit more normal? Because I think most people play on 720 or 1080p monitors, and that's what most people are probably watching back on, and they don't have those same scaling issues you have with a 1440p monitor. With that out of the way, though, let's go ahead and focus on the wonderful comments I got last time, pointing out that, hey, you want to speed up that transfer node, you gotta put more world interaction upgrades. So I did. I put 4 in there. I timed it. In about 11 to 12 seconds, we can get an entire stack of cobblestone, which is crazy. We've maxed out our better barrel here with 320 stacks of 64 cobble. That is crazy. Now, we could upgrade that to hold more, but we don't really need to because we're not using that much. Like, we're keeping up with the demand, so it's not that big a deal. I went ahead and took all of the speed upgrades, well, all but one. One of them is going into our automatic scythe down there. But I put the 3 in here to speed up our output from the better barrel, which means that our automatic hammer over here, as well as our Ewie's table, workshop table, is keeping completely topped off. So really, the only thing we're suffering from right now is the fact that this could go a bit faster. Now, before we progress, because there's a few things we need to do this episode, and I kind of want to just jump on it and get through it, someone recommended, or a few people recommended, we take a look at the X Compressum Auto Compressor, which will apparently automatically compress not just cobblestone, but also some of these guys here. Now, that could be useful. We'll look into it. From what I can tell, and I haven't tried it personally, but from what I gleaned on wikis, one of them will only compress one type of item, and then you have to send in another type and another type. So if we wanted to compress in one block space, like we're doing here with the work table, we would have to compress all the cobblestone, and then switch out and compress all the compressed, and then all the double, and then all the, speaking of triple. By the way, have I mentioned this? I don't even think I've mentioned this. Oddly enough, with the 1080p scaling, it's kind of forced out the outline on the double compressed cobblestone. I'm not sure if you all have noticed that, but there used to be an outline on there. It's not there anymore. But yes, I did upgrade all of these with crafting tables and auto crafter upgrades. They are all pulling and putting items into this chest, pulling from, putting in, and once we have enough triple compressed cobblestone, we'll be able to have a recipe for the quadruple compressed, and all we need, I think, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, what is it? Like 6 pieces? No, you know what? I think it's 4 triple compressed, 4 quadruple compressed, and 1 5 times compressed, whatever that would be called. So we're still a ways away. However, hopefully today we'll speed this thing up a bit. Now, I've been using coal to run it, which is fine. That hasn't been a problem. It doesn't really use all that much energy, but I've got a feeling when we start speeding it up by putting, let's say, this speed upgrade in there, which is not too expensive, thankfully, but when we do put that in there, I think it might draw more power. I'm going to try to build this solar power upgrade because I think it would be cool to have solar power over here. We can also do the RF upgrade, which means we could theoretically just build a couple more solar panels, and this massive grid we have would just reach the workshop table and power all 3 things. But I want to try the actual Ewie's workshop solar panel. So we'll build that and we'll just give it a shot and see how it works. We'll give it, as they say in the industry, a red hot go. What industry is that? I've got no idea. I honestly no clue. I don't think I've ever heard anyone in the industry say that. But then again, maybe I have. Clearly, I've heard someone say it because I say it, and I didn't come up with it. Now, we're going to need some glass, we're going to need some iron, a couple of blank upgrades. Oh, did I mention this? I replaced all of those little crafting slabs that I had with just one Elwie's workshop table with 4 crafting tables, because let's face it, this is better. This is everything in one. I really like it. And sure, the slabs are good for getting started, but this is just awesome. All right, so that's going to require some stone and some planks. We'll go ahead and grab all the planks, the cobble, the stone. I think we're going to need some more cobblestone. Fortunately, oh wait, no, I have like 54 right there in my inventory. Ain't no thing. All right, let's go ahead and look at this recipe in there. Wow, okay, that actually worked. I had my doubts. We'll just get a couple of them, because at the end of the day, we only need to build... Oh, I'm sorry, what are we doing? Here we go. We're only building one of these. Oh, it does require 2, though. All right, well, good to know. We're also going to need glowstone. We're going to need a diamond if we're not hurting for those anymore. Some of you may recall. And then in addition to that, just... Oh, iron and glass. Okay, well, glass we should have... Oof, only 2 of. Iron, though, we've got plenty of because I threw a lot inside of here. Also, I set up the sag mill to not only pull items from up here, but also dispense them back into that chest when it's done. So yeah, we've got plenty of iron. Great. We'll have some more later as well. So we've got that. Last thing we're going to need is the sand. We can get a bit of that. Unless, I thought so. I had a moment where I was like, no, wait a minute. I know we've got more glass somewhere. I can't leave this sitting around, though. This will bug me. Need to go ahead and clean that up. We'll do something with those items later, I'm sure. All right, so the glass across the top, these to either side. I think the diamond here, glowstone here, and then... No, pretty close, though. There we go. Great. So that's the solar power upgrade. I think this is a universal upgrade, meaning we only need 1 of them. I don't know if adding 2, I don't know if they stack, but we can certainly find out. So here we go. This is what we're looking at right now. We're going to toss this in there. Great. How you doing on solar energy? Are you building up faster than you're draining? You don't seem to be. Certainly looks like you're draining power faster than we're producing it, which is a shame. But also, I don't know, should we try building a second one? All allows the table to be charged by solar power. There's definitely solar energy up top. Well, you know what? We got the resources. We might as well. And like I said, we're not hurting for lapis or diamonds or anything. We got plenty of it. So we'll bring these over here. We'll create a second one, and we'll see what that does. Because if it speeds it up by adding 2 of them, and also, can they stack one on top of the other? Look, these are the questions that will haunt me if I don't answer them right here, right now. So while we're all here, while we're all together, enjoying this moment, this wonderful moment of community building, because that's what we're doing here. Me, you... Okay, I'll be 100% honest. I don't want to I want to do as minimal editing as I can on these, so I'm just going to keep talking so we don't have to cut anything out. All right, so they do stack, but you can only put 1 in there in 1 space. Okay, so it is going down still. Bam! No, you can't put a second one in there. Well, now we have a second one, in case we need a second one for something. So it looks like the RF upgrade is going to be the way we do this. How about... All right, well, it's not complicated. I mean, that's a block of redstone, and we don't have that much redstone. So I'm going to have to do some resource gathering between episodes. Let's just go ahead and say that, yeah, you know what? I'm going to be building that in the future at some point. In the meantime, I can keep throwing charcoal in there. I mean, we're not hurting for charcoal. And I guess the solar panel is sort of helping. I couldn't tell. I honestly could not tell. If we take the solar panel out... Are we losing more per turn? It looks like we're losing about 20 or 30 per tick. How about now? It actually just looks like it's doing the exact same thing. Like, this doesn't even make a difference. Maybe it does. Charcoal, though, that makes the real difference right there. It's all about the charcoal. Great. Well, that one didn't quite pan out, but let's go ahead and take a look at our speed upgrades. And let's make sure... Oh, we can power it with lava, and we do have... Ooh, hold on now. Whoa, wait a minute. We could create a system by which we cook up lava using lava, automatically pump stone into these, and then export it using the liquid... what are these called? Transfer nodes? The liquid transfer nodes right into... Ooh... Oh, that's tempting. Okay, that might be a project for another time. It's starting to get dark, isn't it? Let's go ahead and see what else we can do here. Charger upgrade. Let idle components charge up for later. We don't have... Well, we do have some idle components, but Speed upgrade is probably the only one. Efficiency. Ooh. Of solid fuel types. We're not using solid fuel types, though, are we? RF. Solar power upgrade. We tried that. Filter upgrade. Don't need that. Increase the automatic transfer capacity. Also don't need that. So I guess the speed upgrade is the one we're going to build. Go ahead and take a nap before we get started on that. It is nighttime game. Don't argue with me on this one. I know how the game works. Good grief. All right, good. That way we keep everything running that does actually run on solar panel. Not you, Ellie's workshop table, because you're just being a pain in my side. Okay, so speed upgrade. All very relatively easy things to get a hold of. I think we've got them all. What happened to the redstone? Where did the redstone... Why are you in there? Redstone doesn't go in there. What are you doing, redstone? I think we have everything. Yeah, look at that. Speed upgrade. Great. I don't know, again, if you can stack these. Also, I don't know if this is a universal thing or maybe per piece. But really, if it's just like... If you can only apply it to one of these areas, that's fine. Because this would be the one I would speed up. Because it's the one that's holding back everything else. But then again, if it speeds up everything else, it doesn't. All right, well, that's fine. We'll put one there. Does that make a substantial difference? It does look like it is going faster. Like, if you just compare it to the other ones when they're running. Great! So, I mean, really, do they stack? That's the question. Can we build another one, and will they stack if we do? I think it's worth a try, because they're not expensive. And that's the great thing about Ellie's Workshop. They do require that you have, like, a decent start. Like, you have to have lapis, you have to have redstone, obviously. But at the end of the day, once you have those items... which we do, and you have like a steady supply of those items, which we do, you can manufacture quite a bit of stuff, and it's not really that big of a problem, and you get quite a bit out of it. So let's hop back here again, and the first thing we'll try is stacking. Can I put 2 of them in there? I totally can. That is uber fast. Let's make it super uber duper fast. Wow. Okay. So my goal is to speed this up enough to where when it's done creating 9 of these, like it creates 9 of these in the time it takes 1 of these to go. Would that be 9 upgrades? I don't think so. Actually, it looks like we've done that, and in fact, we've surpassed that. Wait, no, we haven't. I'm sorry, I was completely wrong. I'm a crazy person. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm just babbling. We need to build a couple more. We can do that too. The only thing we ran out of was the little upgrade. Blank upgrades, and we can get some more of those. We just need some more stone. So we'll grab cobblestone. Not a product we're hurting for in the world. We'll move these guys out of here, and we'll put about half of it in there, because why not? We'll put the rest of it over here, let that keep going. And you can do this too. You guys can all take turns. It's a great big sharing world out there. Sharing and caring and hugging and smiling and whatnot. Cool deal. Okay, so that's 4 stone. We can use that to create 2 more blank pattern upgrades. And then we can use those 2 to create 2 more of these. Fantastic. We'll take these back over there. We'll throw them in there. We'll see what it does. I'm excited. This is cool. Everything is actually working this episode. And that means... Okay, so that's the speed we've got going so far. But if we throw that in there... Holy schnot! Goodness gracious me. All right, so when this ticks over... Let's see. Will we be able to... Oh, it's not quite fast enough. Oh, it fills over just half of it. That's crazy. Okay, great. And it looks like we're maintaining our stock. Yeah, we're not drifting too far down. We're probably, I mean, we're certainly maintaining supplies over here, right? Right. Actually, it's not ticking. Usually it ticks up to, it's sticking around. It's fine. Yeah, we're maintaining everything. Everything's going fine. This is good. A little upset that we don't have like an endless supply of energy. Wow, it did burn through all that. Well, we're getting all this just regular coal over here as well that we're not going to do anything with, so that's fine. That'll keep it powered. But it certainly seems to be using a lot of energy. But also, oh my goodness, look at this. Oh, we've got like a backlog. We're not moving them in and out fast enough. How do I speed that up? Transfer capacity upgrade. Increases the automatic transfer capacity. Okay, is that what we need? Ooh, gold, iron, a big old block of redstone. Okay, we have 6 redstone. Do we... I'm gonna need more than that. Come on, game. Throw me a bone. Tell me I got some redstone I don't know about. Why don't? That's fine. Look, I've got myself a hammer. In fact, I've got 2 hammers. And we'll combine the hammers to have 1 hammer. And then... Boy, I guess I'll get to work. Okay, well that was a fun... Oh, good grief, it's sun is setting again. Look, not a big problem. We've got our... You know what? I could have just as easily placed a bunch of beds everywhere and not bothered with the sleeping bag. I don't... Interesting. At least the durability hasn't gone down. I wonder what would cause the durability of a sleeping bag to go down. In any case, we've got a lot of good stuff here. So we've got a lot of new ores and whatnot. I think I threw glowstone in here by accident. It doesn't go in here. I think everything else can go in here, though. All these different things. Redstone was what we were after. Unfortunately, we did get quite a bit of that. So we'll toss the blaze powder in here, the glowstone in here. Although saying that, didn't we need some? What was in this recipe? It was gold. It was a block of reds. Okay, give me the gold. I think I've got it all. It's fine. Look, we'll get it sorted. It's no problem. We just need to put this in block form. Good. It goes in the middle there, and I think we can just pull up the rest of the recipe. No, we can't. Okay, these, and then that. Right? Okay, and then some of these up top. Oh, I see what the problem is. We're gonna need our stone. That's exactly what we got to do. We got to make some more of these blank upgrades. And there we go. And now I don't know if these will stack as well. Be really useful if they did. It'd be very handy. Or if we'll need like one for each. I can't imagine we need one for each though. So upgrades. Hey, there we go. All right, how are we doing now on the main? Oh, well, it seems like that oh, it ran out of juice. Oh, okay. Well, how are we supposed to test it now, huh? That's the question. Why, it is using a lot of energy though. I did not expect it to use that much coal so quickly. We might have to get it on our RF network because we've got just a bunch of unused energy in here. We don't need all of that. And I could build like the little redstone conduits over here, the leadstone conduits, I should say. But if we just build some more solar panels, we'll just have a big, massive solar panel. And I won't have to do that. And we'll also be generating more energy. And it gets to a point where we'll have 8 of these. And we might as well just go ahead and build like the level 3 solar panel. I'm sorry, I think it's 8 or 9, but you know. All right. So, yep, that backlog is built back up again. We're gonna throw this in here. Does that flush out the backlog? It's trying to. It definitely looks like it's doing a fairly decent job. Yeah, okay, there it goes. All right, backlog has been flushed. No longer an issue. Good. We are still generating... Oh my goodness. We're getting closer now. We're getting much closer. Triple compressed cobblestone is just sitting there for some reason. I'm gonna move it over there. Do we have any more in here? Oh, we do have more triple compressed. Oh, look at this. Well, great. We're gonna get our first double compressed cobblestone after we get more triple compressed cobblestone. That's right. Look, why are you guys stacking? Stop this. Stop. Behave. Act like you know what you're doing. Good grief. Well, good. We'll finally get some quadruple compressed cobblestone, and this will be able to start its thing. We finally have the recipe in there at least. And it should automatically fill it out and start producing it. It's moving by much quicker now, though, and this makes me happy. This is going at a good rate because it doesn't look like we're producing more than this is producing. Could we make more speed upgrades? I want to get to the deep dark. It's not like a super important thing, but it's kind of an important thing. It's kind of a big deal. It's sort of what I'm directing all of my attention toward. That's the main goal here. Also, I'm going to have to go here in a minute because I believe my parents went to a movie and my 16-year-old brother does not have his driver's license yet and will be stranded at church. He won't be alone, and I'm sure there's kind people there who will give him a ride home. They did it for me before, but he'll be very upset if I make his friends drive him home. Like he gets very irritated about that kind of stuff. You know, I guess he just doesn't want to impose on other people, which I suppose is nice of him. Little bro. You can find him on the Blockhead Bros channel. He's a good guy, and he only wants to impose on me, his brother, instead of strangers. I'm not sure why that's better. I guess because I'm blood. It's like, no, he's related to me. I don't mind imposing on him. What I'm trying to say is I have to go get him, so I don't really have a whole lot more time to play with this. But if we just went crazy and put 7 in there... Jeez, we're actually now using it faster than we're getting cobblestone. We're using up the cobblestone faster than, oh goodness. Too fast. Too fast. Okay, give me those back. We're going to put those down here instead. And in fact, that might not be any better because now we're... Yeah, this is running fast. It's a balancing act here, people. If I switch them around like that, 6 and 1, how does that do for me? That's a little bit better, actually. I mean, there's no reason to have this one sped up, though, really, is there? I'm happy with it. You, though, you're dropping like you're not even getting new cobblestone. What's happening? You're not empty. You're You're running plenty fast, aren't you? Maybe not. Maybe we should build some more speed upgrades. So it goes into a speed upgrade. Oh my good gosh, right. Okay, we don't have that much redstone. So we might just have to scale this back a tick. You know, we'll just put this over here. It doesn't need it, but there it is. How are we doing now? Are we replenishing some of that? Oh, geez, I think it's still draining faster than it's getting it. Oh, no. All right, it looks like it's leveled out by having 4, and then that puts 1 in each of these. Again, not necessary, but... Oh my gosh, it's used up so much coal! Now, for those of you who don't know how this works, this isn't a burn, right? It doesn't actually burn the coal. It just, when there's enough room, see, the coal will create 1,600 burn time, so when there's 1,600 left, right? So it's not like wasting it trying to keep this capped off or anything like that, but we've almost used up a whole stack of coal. It hasn't been that long. My goodness, it's so fast right now. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna get to work on solar panels. Until next time, thank you folks for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you later. Bye!